So this is our 1965 Chrysler Newport Custom. Customer requested take the 383 that was out of it, put a small block Chevy 383 in it. It's not a very easy task to do with how these Mopars are set up. You've got your steering box set up in here so the motor's offset to the passenger side. But your biggest hurdle is that little idler arm right there. Wants to swing into the oil pan. So tried a bunch of different oil pans, tried a Canton, tried a Milidon, tried a couple different little OE pans, and come to find out probably the easiest pan to modify so that it'll work is just a OE Dorman replacement pan. And I will put the car up in the air and show you kind of what I did to this oil pan in order to make it fit. We got plenty of room here for front accessories, so I'll be able to run custom shroud with electric fan, all the front serpentine belt system on the new block. It's getting a Blue Point or Blueprint engine, 700R4 transmission. I've got the engine angled down about 5 degrees. It is level across the front deck. I still have to make this motor mount. I'm waiting on the original Mopar mount to show up. What I do is I cut the rubber off the top of that, use that as my starting point, and make something kind of like this. Use 1/4-inch plate welded on top, and then got stuck on the car. Make a little sleeve to go inside of there. It works out really well. It's simple and effective. So I'll show you the bottom side. So this is gonna be kind of hard to see, but what I did was I basically notched this oil pan. I still have to make the plate to go on the inside, but the way that these Mopars sit with the OE pan, I think they have a mid sump. Chevrolet's got a rear sump. They don't make anything for mid sump. You can get front sump, but then you're contending with this front cross member. So it was easier to use the rear location. The rear sump sits in this X. Notch this pan. I'm gonna make a plate to go on the inside, but what it does is it gives me the amount of clearance for this little idler arm, and I may have to take this grease fitting out, but right now it clears. Let's see if I get a better shot. So this is just a mock block. This has got a glide case on the back of it, bolted in just to make sure that I can clear the trans tunnel. But if we go back, try and not knock my head, it sits pretty much centered up in the trans tunnel. I got enough tunnel clearance for 700R4, and then the only other question mark is, will I be able to make a mount far enough back to this without having to modify the torsion arm bracket for the 700R4 to sit onto. So really hope I don't have any more issues, but this block sits in here really nice. That light keeps blinding the camera. So if you ever decide you want to put a small block Chevy in a Mopar, I hope you have some patience. This is not an easy task to do. This took a lot of brainstorming, a lot of just staring at this thing, trying to figure out what is the best way to put it in there, and this is the best that I can come up with. And it seems like it will work, but time will tell as we move forward. Hopefully the real motor trans will be installed in the next week or two, and I'll really know if we did it right or if I gotta go back to the drawing board.